Guys, what's up? My name's Swords, and today I'm going to be showing you what I think are the best landing locations in Spellbreak. A lot of you guys are fresh players that want to find good loot in the shortest amount of time possible. So while keeping your interests in mind, I think I can help with that. Starting off, we're going to take a look at Fever Ridge. You can find Fever Ridge northeast of the map, or in other words, the upper right region. I'd recommend this area for newer players since it's usually not too much of a hotspot drop location. It has plenty of cover, a decent amount of loot for at least a team of 3, and if you wanted to loot a little more, DUSTPOOL Hole and Lowland Outpost are stocked with loot just neighboring Fever Ridge close by. Rotating to these places after you loot Fever's Ridge will put you in a good spot. If you get into trouble, take advantage of these cracks in the ground to help evade your opponent and try to escape. Next, we're going to take a look at Hope's End. You can find Hope's End southwest of the map, or in other words, the lower left region. This region covers a good amount of territory and you should have no problem finding good loot here. There's also plenty of cover. Surrounding this area are cracks in the ground you can use to avoid enemy sightlines. And you can find at least 2 epic chests in this region. But there could potentially be one more. So make sure to check collapsed buildings and structures before you leave so you don't miss any loot. And if RNG isn't on your side, head a little north to either Westmar or Arena of Elders to help get you the loadout you're looking for. For those of you looking for those high kill games, Fort HALCYON is going to be your best friend. While surrounded in loot, Fort HALCYON rests at the center of the map, which in most of your games will be a major point of contact with other teams, so I do not recommend new players to land here unless you're trying to get better at fighting. Almost all the time if you drop here, other teams are likely landing with you. So if you like to fight for your loot, you better shoot. Try to stay on the move and don't stay in one place for too long. Also, don't forget to check for these 2 epic chests at the center. If you have a bad drop here and need some extra loot real quick, HALCYON Village and Cathedral are located immediately next to Fort HALCYON. They should give you that little extra boost. Lowland Outpost is going to be another location you're going to want to keep an eye out for. While there aren't any epic chests around, this place is surrounded by a wall to help keep you from getting spotted from afar, and has a good amount of houses with about 3 chests each, which should definitely be enough for you and your team to get a decent loadout early game. People sometimes land here, so be careful of that. There's a lot of open space and broken buildings. You're gonna love this drop spot. This place here is called DUSTPOOL Hold. You can find it just north of the map, or in other words, at the top. This place is littered in loot around the main dome. There's likely enough loot for at least 2 squads here. The only thing is there'll likely be at least one other team landing here, so you're gonna have to fight. You shouldn't have any problem finding a good secondary gauntlet or consumables, so you shouldn't have to worry about this. Just underneath the dome, you can also find some epic chests. If you need a little more loot, head on to Gritfield located just south, and that should be enough for you to have a good loadout. Finally, we're gonna look at Castle BOGMORE. You can find this area southeast or at the lower right part of your map. This region is thick in loot and territory. You shouldn't ever have a problem finding what you need here. This area is balanced pretty well, so you should be able to find fair fights if you at least run into another team. Check each of the towers around the castle as loot is distributed across multiple floors. There are 2 epic chests located at the center of the castle and others around the castle as well. Just explore a little bit. There are a couple small spots located further east in this region and they're pretty good, so check them if you want or head to the next ring. This place is almost always good to land at and you can still rack up a good amount of kills by the end of your game. Definitely by far one of my favorite spots to drop at. Some of you have been stopping by my Twitch live streams. I see you guys. My community and I are always having a good time, so we welcome you to stop by and hang. We play Spellbreak and other games in a positive space. Follow my Twitter and tweet at me so I can learn more about you guys too. Don't be shy. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. Did I miss anything? Leave a like and subscribe if you want me to make more Spellbreak content. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy and peace out.